Good night, good night, good night, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I hope you're tuned in to Come Reason with Rattigan on a Wednesday night where we're going to talk up the things. You know what I mean? So I get phone calls already. And I have to big up the people. One on a second there. Producer, go and play the tune there. Let me just people, open up your eyes and see for yourself. Talk to me. Can you hear me? No sound, no sound, no sound, no sound. Mike, Mike. Mic check. Mic check. Mic. Kevin, over there. Low. No sound or low, right? I forget a new system. Mic, 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 microphone, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Come sound. All right, good, good, good. All right. Go back to the top here. Yeah, man. Miss B, ACLB, J Master Songwriter. Elaine, big up yourself. Who else is here? Patel, good evening. Dorette, up there. Merle, God make me special. God make yeah, but I was special still. You know, we just have our own little niche. I have to find that. You know, Sharon, good evening. Lance, hello, hello, hello. One Indian, yes. Thank you very much, sir. We'll try our best. Jeffrey Warrell, blessings. Derek White. What was hold on, go back, producer. Let me see that one there. I'm asked for justice. Derek asked something about justice. Justice for Richard Clark and his family lands. I have to go look into that, Derek, because it now ring a bell with me all right now. But we'll talk. Moving on down the line. Carla, bless up. Beverly, wonderful Wednesday night to you as well. Megawatt, Brooklyn safe. Crown Heights safe. Yvonne, good night. Leroy, bless up yourself, Leroy. Maureen Hines, good evening to you too. Carol, good night. RJ, see me, huh? That's it, producer. Miss Rita, big up yourself. Mike Reed, thank you for watching. Walk like a champion. Bless up. Who else there? Andropine, blessing, sir. That's it. Ellis, bless up yourself. Of course, we'll keep fight. I'll keep the fight. We'll take it to them, you know, Ellis. Is that it? Of RJ. Okay. Okay. Make we talk. Mr. Vumba V. Me know the chat. Big up yourself. Hey, don't forget to check out Jeffrey program on Monday nights, you know. I think it's 7 o'clock. He might always have some good guests over there. Nice discussion. This past Monday, he might have a good friend, Patrick. And it was something else. It was something else. Junior, Gemini, big up yourself. Movie recap, big up yourself. Ubuntu. Greetings. Yeah, we big up Junior already. Give up movie recap. Yeah. Is there a case, Andropine? Is there a case with is there an update on the case with the DPP? I suspect that you're talking about the case that's on appeal or should be on appeal. We haven't heard anything about that, Andrew. If you're talking about the case over at the GLC, we're gonna do that story this Saturday. But the other one, the one concerning our reinstatement, that case, I think it's on appeal. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Queen Breezy, bless up yourself. Hope it's not too breezy where you are. Leroy said Patrick was a waste of time. I don't think Jeffrey. I don't know if Jeffrey did anticipate that. Jeffrey anticipated a really nice discussion, but Patrick. No, Patrick go sideways, my way. But I saw the thing said. Oh, Andrew Pan, the GLC. Okay. All right. This Saturday, tune in. This Saturday, we are going to redo the story and we are going to add the developments. So you'll get the full story about what exactly they know about the GLC. And you'll see the connections. And like I said, we'll present the facts and you make up your mind about what really happened. Alkebulan, Toronto in the building. Big up yourself. Cassetta Johnson, blessings. Don James, big up yourself. Who else there? Carol Allen already, yeah. Hey, Dr. Ben there. Tonight I'm going to be an abbreviated program because we have enough things to do. And last week, our program, we focused a lot on the political aspect of what's going on in Jamaica. Tonight we're going to focus more on your health. We'll talk a little bit about the politics, essentially to kind of prepare you for what's coming up this Saturday. But as I've always said, because it was told to me and I'm seeing evidence of it on a daily basis, Jamaica is content-rich people. Content-rich. You don't have to look far for find things. The thing, though, is how deep do you want to go? And a lot of people don't go deep. But the stories are there. Real Black Woman, big up yourself. Do you think Mr. Marvin Edgar should from a political party? I don't know who that is, Ubuntu. Maybe you can remind me. Tropical Tour, ready for class. See it there? Carol Allen. What you mean, Carol? Big up yourself. Maybe we should come back to Miami, We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Miami this Saturday as well, because some people say some things and we are going to bring it up and show a connection. Eco, stay so. Big up yourself. By the way, folks, this Saturday is International Women's Day. And, last week, Saturday, what did I do upon the Relax with the Rebel? Who remember what we did last week, Saturday night? Nobody not remember. OT, you remember what me do? Nobody don't remember OT. Ah, see it there, see it there, see it there. Last week we featured only women artists doing reggae. And if you notice, I didn't say female reggae artists because some of the artists we play, they're not, reggae is not their genre. Them just do a one reggae tune, but we play them anyway. So last week it was all women. Well, this Saturday we're going to feature women on the Reason with Rattigan program, not the music program, the talk program. We're going to feature women, and we're going to feature women in a way that we really, if you think about it, we shouldn't, but we have to. We're going to show some women and their deficiencies and how the shortcomings and how them actually are dragged down Jamaican and destroy the brand. We have a lot of interesting stories to tell. A lot of interesting stories. So, morning is the ladies only. Carl says, serenade the ladies. Rolva, big up yourself. Yes. All right, folks, here one, but we all don't know. We're just bring in Dr. Ben and just jump right tonight, Like we said, last week we spent an inordinate amount of time talking about politics. This week, what we'd like to do is spend most of the time, because I think we're going to finish at around 10 or 10:30, the latest. We'll talk about your health. How Dr. Ben can contribute your wellness. So, Dr. Ben, welcome, sir.
Yes, sir. It's good to be on tonight. Welcome to everyone that's on the program as well. Nice to be here.
Good. All right. Anything you want to talk about before you jump into the herbs?
Um,
Oh,
well,
you know what? I wonder if OT can put this up. I show OT something. I send her. Big up yourself, Cora. I send something to OT another week, yeah. OT, I don't know if you remember this one. OT, I send it to you right now. I don't like hear Dr. Ben's take on it. See there, that Dr. Brooks, the guy named Dr. Brooks. ICM, big up yourself. JP, yeah. Marva. Let's see what's there. Yeah, Dr. Ben. Anything you want to talk? Tell us what's going on in your neck of the woods in Jamaica there.
well, I met with Isat yesterday, 2 weeks ago, 2 days ago.
How was it? How was the meeting?
It was good. It was just campaigning going through, so it was good to meet him for the first time in the flesh. You know, but a lot is, I must say that is doing well, introducing himself to all the members of the community, which is something we haven't seen for a long time. So that was good.
That's good.
And
Jamaica.
I wanted to say that when we have these shows, it's really, as the persons, it's really much. My work is so much easier when persons come with questions. Normally, for 2 hours or so, we can always have a topic or a theme, but it's like it's mundane to just be talking
Right. You know what we
from
do?
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll turn on the phone line now, people, because like we said, we're trying to get out of here by 10:30. So we'll turn on the phone line. Ask any question, but we don't like you focus on the herbs.
Yes.
Don't like you focus on herbs, but ask any question. The phone line is on.
Right. And so, while persons are coming, I wanted to focus on respiratory health, for the mere fact that, we're in we have a flu going around in Jamaica. Yesterday I was doing some sanding, and I was in some dust, so even myself, my immune system was compromised. So I'm a little bit under the weather. But I wanted to talk about the respiratory system and herbs that potentially help that part of the system. And I also want to talk about the different types of herbal actions. What are the herbal actions? What are the actions that you're looking for when you have respiratory problems? So I want to talk about those. We have some examples of some of those herbs this evening.
Okay. Kinsley Anglin, bless up, bless up. And I say we're mega defend OT. Come and say producer I forgot work in the morning. Can't have her too tired. Oh, you know that mega? They never know say she forgot working in the morning. I never know say having her up past that I gonna be tiring for her. Mega you know a lot, you know. Fruit the pan. Good evening, good evening. Art Nell. Yes, big up yourself. All right. The phone line on, you know, people. So you can call, you know. Call with any questions. Any question. Some of you watch Jeffrey program on Monday night and you have so many questions to ask. Miss P from I think a St. Ann calling and some other folks calling. Line open up now, you know. So you can just call. Just call. It's a freestyle night this. Call, call, call. 130 people up there and I don't hear the phone ring. So I don't know if you don't have a phone or if you don't have anything to say or you just want to chill out and listen to the program. Your program this, you know. Phone program this. So Vernon Lewis, big up yourself. Yeah, Vernon said we are old traitor. I don't know who Vernon I refer to. But Vernon, one more comment like that and you know it go. You're out of here. So in fact, hold on there. All right. Yeah, when I yeah. Oh, so Carla coming. Carla, good night. Welcome to Come Reason with Rattigan. Where are you calling from?
Yes, good night, Charlie. I'm Miss P this man, Miss P. Me this way you call me name.
Yeah, Miss P.
Guess
good
what?
night. Talk to
In
me.
Jamaica, we have some internet problem, you know, and digital. So probably plenty people because me have to use my data. Anyway, me have a suggestion. Good night to your panel. Good night, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But want you, there's a suggestion, you know. We're gonna have one scenario like we are trade.
Okay.
But want you to keep the program and you are gonna be Andrew on this.
All right. We have to play role.
Yes.
We have to play. All right.
And we are going to call in
Yeah.
and ask you the hard question them. The
Please.
question them.
Please go ahead. Do it.
Yeah, man. You know where you have to plan that. That's every caller call you. But we have to say, Mr. Prime Minister, SSL, Mr. Prime Minister, that, Mr. Prime Minister, that, and we are going to ask you just like how we ask him. And you're going to give your opinion and what it is. You understand?
Right.
So it's like, yeah, act. And then probably you can make Jeffrey be the vase, the person be that the person and that day.
What
And
do you
then
want to
it's
do
a
that? You want to do that now
freestyle
or
at the
you want
night.
to do
They
it
want you just do it and make we just call in and ask. So then so and so minister, you promise you what and so and so. What is it? Why you
No.
understand?
You want
Why
do,
we should vote back for you again.
well, I know you want to do it now or you want to do it later.
Well, me don't know if everybody want to do it. Well, me can't do it now.
Go ahead.
Although me not get to watch you because me not know something there, no internet. However,
So
Mr. Prime Minister, good night.
So Jeffrey Abal said him love the idea, you know. Let me send him the link. Let me see if him come on. But when the people not forget, say we have Dr. Ben here now, and we want to focus on herbs. So
that's why me not say we all plan a night for that special.
No, you can't go in there
because
right now, you know.
Because Dr. Ben program really help and help enough of we.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, let me ask you two questions, Ben.
Ask me any question
All right.
you want to ask me.
Honorable Prime Minister, good night, sir.
Good night, ma'am.
Yeah, there's there's an election due by September, don't it, sir? Am I correct?
Constitutionally, you're correct.
Okay, sir. Tell me why I should vote for you. Give me 2 reasons. Just 2 reasons why I should vote for you. Vote back for your party. Not for you because we don't vote for Prime Minister.
Right.
Vote for Member of Parliament. Yeah. Why should I vote for you?
Well, the first thing is this. Not why should you vote for me? Why shouldn't you vote for me? Because look, of all the things I've done, I promised you prosperity, right? And what did I do? I brought the unemployment rate to a record low. Now, some people might say that some of those jobs are growthless jobs, but nonetheless, they are jobs. They're available. People can work, right? The second thing is the GDP to debt. We move it from 144 and now we're heading right down to 70, which means that we can show the world we have the ability to make to pay our bills. And once you show that ability, guess what happens? More lanes of credit open up for you so that you can get more money pumped into the country and you can develop your people, you can develop your industries. I don't even want to talk about education because we realized that we had a problem. And what did I do? I moved the minister and I get a minister that's more responsible and more responsive. Talk about crime. I got rid of the police commissioner because I realized that he was lazy and he wasn't doing what he was chartered to do. And so I have a man inside here now who is highly skilled and plan secure Jamaica is in full effect. And you see what's going on. The crime rate is trending down. We will never be able.
All right. May I say something to you, Mr. Prime Minister?
Yes, please.
You are now saying about jobs and work.
Yes.
Sir, have you been to the supermarket a while? Have you helped at selling the cost of the food in the supermarket?
Yes, but I have.
So, sir, how would you put yourself in most of the Jamaican people? How would you spend $15,000 per week? And sir, when you said $15,000 per week, remember, you said $15,000 per week and you have to take out your statutory deduction and the bank have to take their own. So that left us with at least 12,000 had sometimes, 13,000 had, or 11,000 too. So how would you spend that, sir?
Well,
for a mother with two kids to go to school, bills to pay, and taxi fare to go to and from work. Sir, could you help me with that much?
Yes. Well, we have to be thankful for small mercies now. We have to realize that the only thing constant in life is change. Because that same mother with the 2 children, how much was she making before I raised it to 15,000? She was making 13. Yes.
But Prime Minister, when it was $6,000 per week, $6,000 per week, then it could have been 20. It could have buy 20 times our 15,000. No, it's mine. And all right, hold on then. Let me ask you this, because somebody was a call, Mr. Prime Minister, for all of the rumors and the SSL and your thing cannot qualified, the IC and you take us to court and you never have anything. You expect we should vote back for you?
Yes, because
with all it, you tear down the people with house, and you, sir, you live in a nice house. So why look at that? Have you any conscience, sir?
Well, here's the thing. The talking about the statutory declarations. If you go back and you look at the statutory declarations, all it says, is that the numbers just add up. That's all. There is no investigation. If you look at the statutory declaration, look at the fine print. It just says whatever you turn in, that the numbers add up. Because I am sure if they did this to other members of parliament, the same kind of stress and strain that they're putting me under, they would put it on other people. And I submit to you, ma'am, that this is targeted against me because, people bad mind. And we know it when people bad mind, but we're going to rise above the bad mind, because even if them don't want to declare my statutory or validate my statutory declaration, I am still the prime minister, and I'm the prime minister for all of Jamaica, and I'm doing my level best. You see the pretty house them where we just open up the other day? You know, see the pretty house them. People talk about the bad things. You can always focus on the bad things, but you have to keep in mind that a government has to make difficult decisions. And we have made some difficult decisions. Have we made mistakes? Of course, we're all humans. We make mistakes. But the redeeming factor is that you're able to recognize the mistakes and come around and do the right thing. And that's what we're doing. And all we're asking the people is to just take stock of what happened since 2016 till now. We are respected on the international stage. We have resilience in place for natural disasters. Begin,
Mr. Prime Minister, can you run gun more with me at that one? But for instance, you speak about us. As for me, working $15,000 per week, can I afford one of those house, sir? Or can I get one of those house? May I work $15,000 a week?
Well,
or can I get a mortgage to buy one of those houses, sir?
Yes, look.
And I've been contributing to housing trust from I was about 21 the year. I am now in my 50s. And do you believe I can get a house?
Here's what we're doing. Because we're able to pay down the debt, we're loosening up credit so that people like you will be able to walk into the bank and get a loan to purchase your dream home. Now, is it all gonna happen at the same time? No. Rome never built in a day, but we are built nonetheless. And so, what I would like to do for you is that I would like my chief of staff to get your name, and so that we can look into your case. Because if it's warranted, we will make the arrangements so that you can get your house. But what we don't want to have happen is that everybody just crowd up the thing. And now, it turns out that me now have to deal with everybody. Because remember, I have a country to run, and you're going to hold me accountable, and you should hold me accountable. But as far as the house is concerned, we are loosening up credit. And in your particular case, we will try and help you to make sure that you can have your space that you can call home and take care of your family and your children. Oh, my son.
Well, Honorable Prime Minister, it's not me alone that go vote for you.
Right.
You put in things where you say you want my number to get to me. It's not me alone I speak. When I'm speaking, I am not just speaking of myself.
Well,
I'm speaking on the behalf of everybody. Because at the day at the polling station, you expect everybody to give you a job. So you can't tell me to give you my number. No, I don't want to give you my number, sir. I don't want to be in nothing personal with you.
No, listen.
I work and pay my money, and I expect to get a benefit, not to get a personal benefit. No, sir.
No.
I am not for that.
Listen to me.
That comes in like you need to buy me out. No, sir. I'm not.
Never do such a thing.
So don't tell me to give you my number. No, sir.
No.
That is not right.
No, you're not listening to what I say now, ma'am. Listen to me carefully. I said I'll have my chief of staff get in touch.
I don't want you, sir. And I will Prime Minister, where you tell me about chief of staff, sir? I don't even know who name, sir.
All right, I tell you what.
Chief of staff.
Right,
I want to be able to apply for a home at the NHC and get my home and mortgage it and work and pay for my house. I don't want a personal connection, sir.
Let me tell you what.
Because when you give me personal connection, me have to go straight allegiance to you. I'm me no pet politician.
No, here is the thing.
You asked us for Sir Olano. Let me talk, because when I talk to you, you run all over the place. Listen, me, sir. Me want a benefit, not for just me per se, for the entire country, people who work on $15,000. We would like to own a piece of the rock for ourselves.
Right.
That is it. Don't not tell me about you're going to make chief of staff. I don't, probably when the chief of staff come with a gunshot, me get, sir. Because, sir, to what I'm seeing happening here, less than 70 days in the year and 70 odd persons dead. I'm not saying a criminal is not to be dead, but the amount of people is you kill 70 criminal, I believe the country should be crime-free now.
Ma'am, can I ask you a question? Can you tell me of the 70 people killed by the security forces, Can you point out one of them that was innocent?
Yes, none of them is innocent.
Who? Give me the name.
You know
Give
why?
me the name, please. Give me the name.
You know why I said them? I don't know the name. You know why I said them innocent? You guys, you, sir, you and your allied have failed to give the security forces body camera, and every time an incident go on, you hear that the person point a gun at the police. When you look, persons always been shot up from outside and not inside. People come upon here and say, baby mother and baby father in the house, then tell the baby mother to go in the next room. Boy, the person dead. And as in dead, you go here say he was a person of interest, and that's it. And when you look in the morgue, they understand that the people, I mean, they are dead and rotten before they even bury because there's no pathology. So, sir, what you are saying and what you are coming, I don't go to college. So I don't want you to use no big word for me. Just talk to me like non-natural patois.
No, but listen, all right, make we talk like how we talk now. Listen to me carefully, right? You would agree with me that law enforcement have a right to kill somebody in self-defense of themselves and others, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so in a case where an innocent person has been killed, it's a tragedy. And we will look into it and we will deal with the law enforcement people. That's why I put in so much training, That's why I'm getting the body cameras. I'm getting the body cameras after the election. Just watch and say, they're on their way.
Sir,
but we have...
Honorable Prime Minister, I am older than you. You are a privilege to be the Prime Minister. Because we can have more one Prime Minister. What you are saying about that is none and void. In a little country like this, the security force cannot kill so many persons. Target operation. Sir, when you use some word, remember now, it is not back lamp again now, The world is in our hand. The world now is in every most people hand and a smartphone.
All right. Look,
so what you are saying to me, sir, you just spin me.
No, all right. Listen to this. Listen, hear me out. Hear me out on this one. Hear me out on this.
Yeah.
What I would like you to do, because I want your vote, I want every vote I can get, because an election is an exercise in civics. Every living Jamaican who is registered to vote must vote. You have to exercise that because people died so that you could exercise it. And you vote for whoever you want, but I'm going to make an argument now why you should vote for me. Let me ask you this. What would you suggest I do? If you were in my position, what would you do?
What would I do? I would serve the people of my country to the best of my ability. I would make sure the hospital is up with all those billions and trillions that is alleged, that is with God, that is gone. I would make sure all time people say Pastor Christian Pitney first. And when we voted for you, sir, the only thing we expect from you is for you to be a prime minister, manage the country well, and make every Jamaican be as happy as they can be. Yes, you can stop crime, but you can cut it down.
All right.
Because if I want to stop a man, you can't stop it.
You know what I'm happy that you didn't say?
If all the crime, if you as the prime minister, you as the head of the country, the chief servant of the country, and your name is in a so much mix up, sir, what do you expect other persons to do?
You know what? I'm very happy about the argument that you just made, because here's the one thing that you didn't say. You didn't say me must take with myself, You tell me,
no, I am coming to that. So my advice,
no, go to that yet.
As a prime minister,
no, go to that yet.
I would ask you to step down and let somebody else run the party.
Who will run the party better than me?
Well, if it is so bad that if you is the only person that can run the party, well, the party not going nowhere because you're supposed to have a deputy. So you have a deputy. Either you use him or you ask your delegate to vote in a person what them have confidence in. But for me right now, Your name as a prime minister is too tainted. It every morning you wake up something else and something else.
Let me explain.
And again to Mr. Prime Minister, most of your member of parliament is so disrespectful to people. And then you ask us to vote for you again?
No, hold on a second.
Well,
hold on a second, voter.
Yeah.
No, do you believe that every man, every woman is innocent until proven guilty? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Next question. Is it illegal for me to spread my little money around in 28 bank book? Tell me, is it illegal?
Yes, it is illegal.
No, it's not illegal.
Well, in my opinion, as a prime minister, it's illegal because the Constitution says once you become a prime minister, you can't focus on other business. You should have put the other business in a blind trust.
No, we are.
But for you to have 28 bank book, a flown throne and a flown throne,
right.
as a prime minister,
let me ask
what
you a
time
question.
do you have to do our business?
Let me ask you a question. Do you know how much money I have in my 28 bank accounts?
I don't know, but the IC say you have 100
you hear that?
US in a one.
No, but
and
listen to what,
it
what you tell
billions of dollars.
No, you tell me say you're here. You tell me say you're here, say. How would you feel if somebody said them here say something about you and not true?
But the IC put it out.
The IC so run all the time, man. You know, so the IC charge. Hold on a second. You know, so the IC charge me and want charge me and them don't have no evidence. You know, so the IC come and what them do with my representative Marissa Dalrymple Philibert, and them have to drop some of the charges. You know, see it. IC make mistake though.
I see, yes, sir. I see mistake too, because they are human. But in your case, I don't believe it's a mistake because you take your majority and try to cow down me. And what, sir? I'm telling you from my heart.
Miss P, I see which
what you are saying to me right now as a prime minister, you are turning our country into a dictatorship. Miss Dalrymple should never be on a ballot. And sir, and I'm a prime minister.
No, but I would the people want to know. I know me want. I know me. Are the
you
people
shouldn't be on the
want
ballot paper.
Are the people want her? But Miss P, here we are gonna jump off of that call because Mrs. say we are get a whole heap of call. So thanks for the role player, and we are gonna be
yes.
Stay tuned.
Because the class. Yes.
Right. Yes. Good night. Welcome to Come Reasons Rattigan. Where you calling from?
Good night, Mr. Prime Minister. I am just here listening to you having this phone call where people calling and asking your question, Mr. Prime Minister. The question I want to ask you, sir, when will the Jamaican people hear about the $3 trillion in account before? And don't come and tell us that is not an account before, it's just whatever. Because whatever you're going to come and tell us is the same thing. When are you going to tell us what happened to that money? When are you gonna give the go-ahead for them to release the SSL report? When are you gonna tell the Jamaican people how much money is already being spent at Corner Regional Hospital, where people don't have any beds? Hold on, Prime Minister. You're going to the Parliament and you switch up the Jamaican people. You're gonna listen to us now, Mr. Prime Minister. You hold a minute there for me now. You have 28 bank accounts and account. You can't tell the Jamaican people where you get 28 bank accounts from. All right? You saying about money gone down the drain. $2 billion of taxpayers' money went down the drain in SSL. And you said nothing about it as a prime minister. You are the one who's in charge of the National Housing Trust. It says nothing to that as a prime minister. You took your money out of SSL, sir. In some other modern democracy, you think you'll be prime minister at the helm of this country, same way, sir? Huh? You think you'll be prime minister at the helm of this country, sir? You keep on telling the Jamaican people what crime is down and unemployment is down and all kind of nonsense. When the Jamaican people are suffering under your hand, and you're asking us for another third term?
Sir,
huh?
Sir, I'd love to get your vote, and I want to convince
you. No, you will never get my vote
for me. But let me
you will never get my vote, sir. You're a disgrace to the nation, sir.
But hold on a second.
You should step aside.
You don't believe that I should say something, at least say something, and hear me out. Just hear me out. Hear me out. I listen to you, I listen to you keenly, and you've raised some very, very serious questions that need to be answered. And so I'm going to answer them. Let me ask you a question. You mentioned 3 trillion, you mentioned 28 bank accounts, you mentioned Bolt Money, you mentioned SSL, you mentioned Cornwall Regional, you mentioned NHT. Can you tell me one crime that I've committed? Of all the things that you just mentioned, tell me one crime.
Sir, I am not saying that you have committed a crime, you know.
No, just
but hold on for me. Hold on for me, sir. You asked me because I may answer the question. You, the IC is saying that you can't, no, they can't verify your statutory declaration. Tell us where you get that money from. Tell us where you get that money from, sir.
Sir, hold on a second. Sir, you listen to me carefully. I ask you a simple question, you know, very simple question. Of all the things you mentioned, IC, NHT, 3 trillion, what else you mentioned? SSL, all of this. I ask you one simple question. Just tell me where I committed a crime.
Where you committed a crime?
Oh, yeah, because the feeling out there is that I'm a criminal. So I'm asking you, show me where.
Don't you think you're a criminal, sir?
Yeah?
Don't you think that you're a criminal?
I'm asking a simple question. Show me.
No, answer the question. Don't you think that you're a criminal to the Jamaican people?
Absolutely not, sir. Show me where I committed a crime. Show me.
You have 28 bank accounts.
Is that a crime?
During the coronavirus pandemic, you have to open 28 bank accounts, moving money around.
Is that a crime?
In which other modern democracy will you still sit as prime minister of this country?
Is that a crime?
Only in Jamaica.
Is that a crime?
So what you're saying is that you're okay with what you're doing to the people of this country?
Let me give an example. You know, there's a basketball player up in America there. Play for them call him the Greek Freak. Play for Milwaukee Bucks. Do you know that man have about 50 bank accounts?
I am not talking about who's in America. I'm not talking about my country, Jamaica.
The point I'm trying to make to you is that having 100 bank accounts is not a crime.
Well, it is not a crime. I agree it's not a crime. But tell us how you get to have so much money.
Do you? Here's another. How much money do I have in my bank account, sir?
So why is it that the IC can verify your statutory declaration, sir? Why?
Well, here's the thing with the IC and the statutory declaration. They're going about it the wrong way. They're going about it the wrong way. And that's why we're in court trying to get them to do things the right way. We need to remember now, the law needs to be strengthened. It needs to be
so you're saying to me the same IC that you set up, you're taking them to court.
Hold on a second now. If you buy a car and it's brand new,
you set up this IC to govern what is going on in this country.
Yeah.
And you are taking the IC to court.
Yeah, because
how does that look? How does it look on an international scene, Prime Minister?
It's going to look good, and I'll tell you why. Because there are deficiencies with the law, and we're taking it to court so that the judges can make an interpretation of the law, and then we'll move forward. Because this thing has never been challenged.
The same judges that you raise their salary?
I beg your pardon?
The same judges that you raise their salary gonna end up saying that everything is okay?
No, I never raised nobody's salary.
Of course you did.
That was voted on by the parliament, my friend.
But you're the one who recommended it to raise the salaries.
A recommendation is not instruction, sir. I've recommended
it doesn't matter.
And them just don't listen to me.
So why didn't you then? Why didn't you say, okay, forget about the 300% increase of parliamentarians and other officials in this country? Why did you have to raise their salary?
Did you notice something about? Did you notice who didn't get the pay raise, sir?
You have the pay raise. Don't come and tell the Jamaican people you didn't take the pay raise. Somebody that damn nonsense.
I did not take the pay raise.
Somebody that nonsense, sir.
I did not take the pay raise. Go back and look, my friend. I'm still earning 9 million.
Still earning 9 million. How much? You're still earning 9 million. Do you know the amount of people in this country can't afford food to eat? Huh?
Yeah.
Do you know the amount of people in this country can't afford food to eat in this country? That's why you're earning $9 million.
And that's why we're doing something about agriculture. We want to bring in.
What do you know about agriculture? What happened to the fertilizer that came in from Morocco?
No, there was some irregularity. There was irregularities there, and so we're trying to get to the bottom of this thing.
From when until now?
I beg your pardon?
From when until now you're trying to get what happened to the fertilizers?
Sir, listen, you have to realize, we have criminals roaming the streets. We have
we have criminals in the parliament.
And name them.
I don't have to name them. You know them.
No, I don't know them. You name them. Dr. Ben,
You
know
are
the
head of it.
criminal in
You
the
know them.
parliament, sir? I have my good doctor here with me, and my doctor said don't know no criminal in the parliament. You know name the criminals them so that I can deal with them.
No. How can a criminal deal with the next criminal?
You're asking yourself that, or you're asking me or Dr.
No, I'm
Ben?
asking you.
How can a criminal do what?
Deal with the next criminal.
I don't know, but my mother is just a thief that loves a thief with long bag. I don't know what that means, but it just sounds nice.
What do you know what that mean?
I don't know what it means.
Prime Minister, you have the audacity to be asking the Jamaican people for a third term, sir?
Listen.
When this country is in serious crisis?
I see Mr. Leon in the chat saying that you're out of order because the way you're addressing your world-class Prime Minister is
what world-class Prime Minister? Let me ask you a question, Prime Minister.
All right, ask me a question because we have to go and have a good doctor here and he want to answer some questions. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question, Prime Minister.
You
are presiding over government, you see?
Yeah.
One of the most corrupt government in the history of this country.
Who said that?
The Jamaican people are saying it, sir.
No, sir. You're looking at what poll are you looking at?
I'm looking at the polls.
We're looking at.
What if you look at the polls, Prime Minister? The people know.
No, people don't know anything. It's because people like you feeding them this rubbish.
What kind of rubbish are we feeding them?
That the government is corrupt.
So tell us where is the $3 trillion? Tell us what happened. Tell us what happened to $2 billion of taxpayers' money in SSL that you put in there.
Let me talk to you about the $3 trillion. The $3 trillion, most of it, sir, is an administrative issue. The things weren't filed, the invoices weren't filed, and they weren't filed properly.
Mm.
And sometimes we didn't have the full document.
So why is it taking so long for them to file it? Why don't you, as a Prime Minister, demand the Minister of Finance to make sure all of these things come in to balance the books?
All right, let me ask you a question. Have you looked at the
No, answer the question, sir.
Have you looked at the new Auditor General's report concerning the $3 trillion?
Answer the question I asked you a while ago, sir.
What's the question you asked me?
I asked you a question. Why is it you, as a Prime Minister, don't rein in the Minister of Finance to tell the Permanent Secretaries to make sure that all the paperwork are handed in?
Well, here's why. The question presupposes that it's not happening. It is happening. Remember now, we have a brand new world-class Minister of Finance, replacing another world-class Minister of Finance who went on to bigger and greater things in America.
Yes.
So what's happening now is that what's happening is, sir, I'm gonna ask you to do one thing, just one thing for me. You can criticize me all you want, but I'm asking you just to be patient with the government because listen.
Patient with the government. You have been in there for 9 years.
Yes.
9 years I've been at the head of this country.
Yes.
And where have this country gone?
So let me ask you a question now, sir. You really expected that every single problem in this country could have been fixed in 9 years?
You are the one who tell the Jamaican people that you will allow the windows and door open. You are the one who tell the Jamaican people that you will get energy efficient equipment in this country. You're the one who told them that you will get competition with JPS. You said it, not me.
Yeah, and when I told them that, I had every intention of doing that. But you have to remember, Jamaica does not act in isolation, sir. Jamaica is not some boogie yaga piece of thing. We are part of the international community, and so when things happen overseas, those things affect what goes on.
What happened overseas?
What?
So you're telling me that overseas stop you from bringing other people to come to make sure that we have a different energy company in this country?
Yeah, here's the thing.
You allow JPS to be ripping off the people of this country. It says nothing about it. No, you allow all these telecom companies to be ripping off the people of this country. It says nothing about it. No, you promise the people on the campaign trail that you will make sure yes, that you bring in other companies to help the people of this country to start paying high electricity bills. And listen, you said it, not me.
Yeah, and listen. Competition is good, Competition is good because competition cut costs, right? We don't want a monopoly where one company monopolize the whole thing and them can set price and fix price and all of that. We don't want that. We want competition. But here's what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you, my good man, is that we can't fix all of the ills of Jamaica in one fell swoop.
But Prime Minister,
time and fix things.
You promised the people of this country, sir, in your campaign, that you will allow them to see with the windows and door open, yes, that you will get other companies coming to Jamaica
doing it
to party with JPS.
They're doing it now. because we're getting rid of the scourge of the earth, and that's why some of these bad men and dons or whatever, we're getting rid of them. So no, you can't sleep. You can start sleep. Go look out some of the areas where state of emergency. They're working.
When a gun was burned down in Spanish Town, you send Babs the Grange over there, and everything went quiet.
Sir,
the same Don that is aligned to your party, Prime Minister.
You have any proof of that? Sir,
the same Don is aligned to your party, and you damn well know that.
Sir, you have any proof that I sent Minister Grange?
Of course you did.
Where's the proof, sir?
You sent Babs the Grange over there.
Where's the proof?
And everything was quiet.
Where's the proof?
The same Don who was aligned to your party.
Sir, I asked.
Your Jamaican Labour Party.
Sir, you're making some serious accusations.
No, you believe that we the Jamaican people are a bunch of idiots. We're no idiots.
Sir, where is your proof?
We're no idiots.
Where's the proof?
You know that.
No. You're telling me that I did these things, and those statements are bordering on defaming me.
Defaming who?
Because you're saying I send her over there and I do this and I do that, and you don't have any proof.
But I mean, we don't have any proof. We have proof, of course.
Where's the
proof? It's the same way. It's the same way your party and you keep on telling the people that the Jamaican diaspora is a Jamaican diaspora, and we have some dirty bringing down brand Jamaica. You don't believe that 28 bank account is bringing down brand Jamaica. You don't believe that $3 trillion account are bringing down brand Jamaica. You don't believe that SSL that went under, with you saying about money and other Jamaicans' money. You don't think it bringing down brand Jamaica?
No. Having 28 bank accounts is a signal.
No. I'm asking a question, Prime Minister. Forget about 28 bank account. You don't believe that it bringing down brand Jamaica?
Not 20. I work hard, young man. Listen.
Prime Minister, ask that question, sir. You don't believe that 28 bank account, $3 trillion account by bringing on brand Jamaica?
No, and the other thing is, you don't even know.
Answer the question, Prime Minister.
What's the question you're asking me? You asked me a whoop a question, so which one you want
me to I'm asking you a question, sir. You do not believe that 28 bank accounts and $3 trillion accountable for you seeing both money, SSL, and everything. You don't believe that is bringing on brand Jamaica?
No, here's why. Every country has a measure of corruption. Even the countries that we hold out as models, like Singapore.
I am asking a question, sir. You accuse some Jamaicans who are standing up against you in the diaspora of bringing on brand Jamaica. Yeah. And I'm asking you with 28 bank account, SSL went under with how much billions of dollars of taxpayers' money?
Sir.
You don't believe that that's bringing on brand Jamaica?
Sir, you're going all over the place with me, But we could just stick to where you said that I said that the people who protested in Miami are bringing down brand Jamaica. Sir, could you point me to a statement that I made to that effect?
Of course you did it.
Where, sir?
You said it, Prime Minister. Answer the question.
Where did I say that?
You and your Foreign Affairs Minister and the Ambassador said it.
Very simple question, sir. When and where did I say that?
You don't listen to me, Prime Minister. Let me make something clear to you. You're in politics, and I have family members who are in politics, so don't spin this thing around on me. I'm asking you a question. Answer the question.
I answer your questions. I ask you to tell me where, because I have no recollection of coming out and saying that people protested in Miami damage or
okay. Didn't you say you have capability to track those who are going out things in the diaspora?
I never said that.
What did you say about tracking people?
I never. No. You're asking. The first you accuse me, and then when I deny it, no, you come and ask me what me said.
No. I'm not accusing you of anything. You said it. Right. You said those people. The only thing left for you to do, was to say those thugs in the diaspora is bringing on brand Jamaica. That's something left for you to do. No. Answer the question, Prime Minister. Didn't you say that the people are bringing on brand Jamaica?
Who bring down brand? No, sir. Point me to that statement.
Oh, you don't know. You're having amnesia now. Termite eating out your brain.
Sir, hold on a second. This is a problem, with us, We listen to too much so.
What kind of so?
Yeah, we listen too much hearsay. Sir, I've asked you to know you haven't provided me a shred of evidence. I said to you.
So let me ask you, what do you mean evidence? You said it.
When?
So okay, so those people in the diaspora, headed by Mr. Wil Rattigan and Mr. Tavares, were they bringing on brand Jamaica when they're selling for no beds in the hospitals, sir, and other things? Were they bringing on brand Jamaica?
Sir, that is a product of your imagination. I never said so.
No, I'm asking a question, sir. When they were demonstrating in the diaspora, sir,
I believe
were they bringing on brand Jamaica?
I believe that the diaspora and people here in Jamaica, they have a right to protest. They have a right to raise their voices against things that they disagree with or they dislike. I have no issues with that. That's a fundamental constitutional right. So why would I come out and say that people who protest in Miami against the government of Jamaica that they're damaging brand Jamaican? No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You didn't say that?
No,
okay,
sir.
Let me answer this question then. Did you send in a policeman to collect a young man on his bed because he said that the parents was going to S his mother?
I did not, sir.
So how did the police went and the young man bed and pull him out and asked him to apologize to you?
That's a question that's best addressed to the communication section of the JCF, not me, sir.
Who is in charge of the JCF?
You know who's in charge of the JCF.
No, you tell me.
Who do you think is in charge of the JCF?
No, I'm asking you the question, Prime Minister. Yeah. We are the people, we pay you.
The JCF is
You're the in case you don't know, Prime Minister, the word minister means servants of the people of this country. And we're asking you the question tonight.
The JCF
who is headed by the JCF? Prime Minister?
Sir?
Who heads the JCF, Prime Minister?
The police commissioner.
Okay, who had the police commissioner? Who is in charge of the police commissioner?
There are lots of people in charge of the police commissioner, my dear man.
Lots of people. So yes. Okay. So you have Fatih Lemkin, Minister of National Insecurity and Injustice?
No, listen. The police commissioner, you know, let me explain something to you, because it looks as if you don't really understand how this thing works. The police commissioner, you know, there's something called the services commission, you know, that has jurisdiction over that man. There's a person called the permanent secretary in the Ministry of National Security that can talk to that man. There is a junior minister in the Minister of National Security who can talk to that man. There's a Minister of National Security who can talk to that man.
And who is the Minister of National Security?
And I can talk to that man. So that's what I'm saying to you. There are a lot, when you're trying to pin this on one person, and you have to be specific with your question, because when you come with a question that's general, I can give you a general answer. And it might sound frustrating to you, but it's the truth.
Let me answer this question then, Prime Minister. Are you aware of a man you have in the office of the Prime Minister named Rocky Mead? Rocky Mead was in charge of the JCF, of the JDF. And Rocky Mead trained some young men at the JDF, intend to give them a job. And all of a sudden, no job for them. Those young men are sent back out into the public of this country who have sniper capabilities, who was trained in the JCF to be killers. And you and Rocky Mead send them back out into the public, Mr. Prime Minister. What are you doing about that?
Sir, there you go again. Making some.
That's where I go. You're aware of it, Prime Minister.
Leveling some.
You are in charge of the JCF of the JDF Prime Minister. You're the Minister of Defense.
I am not in charge of the JDF, my dear man. I am not.
Sir, you are the Minister of Defense, Prime Minister.
Yes.
And you are the one who give the go ahead for any member for the JDF to go out.
But
don't tell me, do not come and tell me in this country and in this radio program here, Prime Minister, that you are not aware of Rocky Mead, who was former the head of the JCF, who ended up getting some Jamaican young men, train them at the JDF, didn't give them an employment, but was sent back out to the public of Jamaica to create mayhem?
Sir.
Are you aware of that, Prime Minister?
Let me answer your question, sir. You would like me to take responsibility for every single thing that happens in Jamaica. No. I am the Prime Minister of Jamaica, not the Prime Minister of the PNP, not the Prime Minister of the JLP, UIC, NDM. I'm the Prime Minister of all of Jamaica. So if you're going to hold me responsible, what you need to tell me is that mother who cannot get her son to do his homework.
Prime Minister,
let me finish.
Don't go down that road with me, Prime Minister. Answer the question I asked you. Are you aware, Prime Minister, that Rocky Mead, the former head of the Jamaica Defense Force, had a program where they recruit young men to join the JDF for them to get job. When they recruit them and they train them, there was no job at all. None whatsoever. And they were sent back out in the public. Are you aware of that, Prime Minister?
Let me answer your question, sir.
Yes or no, Prime Minister?
Let me answer your question. You have to understand, sir, that things change. Yeah, and what do I mean by things change? The best laid plans sometimes go awry. Now, when you put a budget together to hire people and you have a higher priority that comes along that must be addressed, remember we don't have unlimited amount of money. And so you have to repurpose, you have to realign, you have to do all of these things and move money around to deal with some of these issues.
Oh, yes, we
And
move
so
money on in different bank accounts indeed. Go ahead, Prime Minister, we're hearing you. You admitted to the fact of moving money around, Prime Minister. Anyway, Prime Minister, take a next call. Have a good night, Prime Minister. You can continue moving the money around, sir. Have a good night.
Take care of yourself. Be well, sir. Dr. Ben. Dr. Ben. Yeah, you see the man, this is the man that attacked me, and the man that bleed me. Hold on a second. Call a good night. Welcome to Conversations Rattigan. Where are you calling from?
Anyway, Prime Minister, take a next call.
Can I? Good night.
Good night. Turn down your device, please.
Hold on. Sorry, I'm sorry. Okay.
Dr.
Let me
Ben is
turn
here.
this
Do you have any
TV
questions
down.
about herbs, ma'am?
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Dr.
Dr.
Ben.
Ben is
Good
here.
night. Good night. Good
How are
night.
you?
Do you have any
Good.
questions about herbs?
I'm asking Dr. Ben a question, Mr.
Oh,
Rattigan.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, please.
Dr. Ben,
Yes. Good
can
night.
you explain more about aortus hernia? And if there's any bullshit you can have, drink like for that problem. I know someone who has this problem, aortus hernia. Could you expand on it?
Well,
Also, is there any known bush that can someone can drink to build their immune system apart from taking vitamin C and all of that? Is there any bush? Could you name them, please? Thank you.
all right. Okay. All right. Thank you for your question. All right. So first of all, as it relates to hernia, because of the nature of the that condition, being hernias are mostly formed from rupture um, tissues, rupture cells. So you have cell walls that basically rupture. When they rupture, it's usually filled with fluid or filled with air. Um, because of that, because it's caused by rupture cell walls. Um, I don't know if any. That doesn't mean that there aren't any, but I don't know. The herbal action that you'd be looking for, if it is fluid, would be more than likely some type of astringent, which is like guava leaf or red raspberry. Any type of herbal action that removes fluid out of the tissue is what you'd be looking for. But if the tissue, the cell walls have not been repaired, more than likely it's going to be filled with water again, or filled with fluid again, or filled with air again. So usually that's a condition that usually they have to repair it with surgery, because it's like it's a physical breach, and so it has to be corrected with surgery. All right. As it relates to herbs for boosting the immune system, remember that your food should be a medicine, because a lot of time when we talk about herbs, a lot of people, what they actually want to do is to eat how they're eating and then replace their prescription medication with herbal products. It's not what we're advocating. Because if you're going to change your prescription medication for herbal medication and then continue to eat or you're eating, the problem is not going to be remedied. Your food is really supposed to be a medicine. It's gonna take a um, more invasive lifestyle change than just eating your eating and then replacing prescription medication with herbs. So fruits and vegetables. So primarily, what was designed to boost and maintain your immune system is adequate supplies of fresh fruit and vegetable. And notice I emphasize on the word fresh fruit and vegetable, because a lot of people eat vegetable and eat fruits that are not fresh. A lot of people eat fruits and vegetables that are obtained from tins or canned still fruit, still vegetable, but it has been preserved. And so what you're missing is the enzyme or the enzymic benefit of that plant. So in terms of boosting your immune system, you want to primarily focus on fruits, vegetable, nuts, and grains. But then outside of that, therapeutically, there are herbs. So herbs like ginger, herbs like turmeric, herbs like garlic, herbs like onion. A lot of what we consider to be spice, a lot of the herbs that we consider to be spice are actually herbs that boost the body's immune system. All right? So that's just a simple way of putting it. But I don't want persons to focus so much on taking medicinal. What we want persons to focus on is nutritional. So you want to focus on those food groups, fresh fruits, fresh organic fruits, fresh organic vegetables. You want to eat adequate supply of that. And if you're doing that, then you won't have any immune issues. All right. So thank you for that question. Now, as I said, I wanted to talk a little bit about the respiratory system because we're in this week a gentleman reached out to my wife and said that he got
Hold on 1 second, please. Hold on 1 second. We're going to your segment. Caller, welcome.
Yes, sir.
Where are you calling from?
I am here watching the program.
What was that?
I am here watching and listening.
Yes, sir.
And certain simple questions come to my mind because I am not really one of those university people, but I have a certain level of common sense.
Yes, sir.
So I want to ask you a couple of questions.
Yes, sir.
You are the Prime Minister of this country, right?
You ask as if you don't know, sir.
Yes, well, I know you are the Prime Minister,
Okay.
so I want to ask you a few questions.
Yeah.
First of all, don't you think that as a Prime Minister, as the Prime Minister, you should be like the moral compass where your citizens try to emulate? Do you think so?
Yeah, I think the Prime Minister sets the tone for the country. Yes.
Oh, okay. And you are also the person who sometimes propose the laws, amend them, and basically get them passed through the two different houses.
That's not true.
That means that no law no come
No, that's not true, sir.
into being without you personally agreeing to it.
No, that's not true. We have an independent parliament, independent in the sense that people are represented by their elected representatives in there. I can make suggestions, but I cannot force people to bring a bill. And once the bill is on the floor, I cannot force people to vote. They vote their conscience and they vote for their constituency. Now, if it happens that it's something that I like and they vote for it, then so be it.
Okay, but the point is though that when, like how you have an overwhelming majority in Parliament, and when you use your majority to push bills through regardless of the outcry from citizenry and the opposition. You don't think it kind of look one way, sir?
No, and I'll tell you why it not look one way. Because we have a constitutional monarchy system, a bastardized version of the Westminster system coming from England. And this is exactly, these are the rules we play by. No, you don't like the rules, then we change the rules. But you can't tell me don't follow the rules. So that's why we have something called constitutional reform. So we're going to try to change some of the rules, like we're going to remove the king as the head of state. But you
know something when we learned some years ago as a young man, sir?
Yes, sir.
Is that when it comes to the matter of justification,
yes,
you have what you call legal justification as also moral justification.
And it is the moral justification that gives you, or the lack of it, that gives you sleepless nights if you are a normal human being.
Will I have sleepless nights staying up working for the Jamaican public, you know, sir?
Yes, but if you're not working properly, if you're doing your job properly, then you shouldn't have any problem with sleeping when you put your head on your pillow. You should be falling asleep as a satisfied man.
No, because here's what happened. We don't exist in a cocoon, you know. We have external forces impacting our island. And so I have to be out there fighting day and night so that we can get the things that we need so that our people can prosper. Because there's a lot of things
Mr.
going on.
Prime Minister.
What's up?
I'm saying that if you have to be out there so relentlessly fighting hither and beyond, you don't need no MP, you don't need no minister.
Would you rather have me
defending everything?
Would you rather have me fight and have sleepless nights, or just go to bed and sleep like a baby and forget about the problems?
I would like to see the elected representatives at various levels do their jobs and not have you being the face of everything.
Sir, that's why we have job. That's why we have job description. I'm holding them to the job description, sir. I am holding them to the job description.
Mr. PM, don't give me that, because that many years ago, that was something that you said, and when you gave yourself that 300% raise, you came up with that again, that every minister going to have job description, which you're going to review in 2.5 years. I haven't heard another word about that since the salary raise, so that don't chip my ice with me.
No, two things. I didn't take the pay raise and have the job description. I'm going to hold, you watch. You just watch. You're going to see how serious your prime minister is here. You're going to
you said, and you have been saying that you don't take the pay raise, but you know, sir, that is just like pulling the wool over people's eyes. You get the money, man. You're taking your pay, you're getting your regular pay. You can't convince
you're calling me a liar.
Okay?
You're calling me a liar, sir?
Take yours, it means that you would have to reverse it for everybody else.
So you're calling me a liar?
Yes.
That's not fair, sir.
Well, that's my opinion, and I'm sure many
but you're entitled to, you're entitled to wrong opinion, you know, but you're not entitled to the facts. The facts are the facts. I didn't take the pay raise.
Well, just like how I can say that and you say that is not facts, you'll have to come up with some documentation and show me that what you are saying about not taking it is factual. Well,
here's what happened. Here's what happened, sir. We have to cut now because Dr. Ben have a segment him have to put up, you know, but I really like this segment, and I'm going to ask the producer that will put in something like this for maybe even a half hour or hour where everybody.
All right, sir. I am calling from Georgia here.
Georgia, big up yourself. Big up yourself, sir. Big up yourself. All right, go talk. Take this quick copy and bring on Dr. Ben. Just listen, all right? Go talk. So. Caller, good night. Welcome to Come Reasons Rattigan. Where are you calling from? Gone. All right, folks, here what now? We'll turn off the phone because Dr. Ben have a segment that we have to do. So, Dr. Ben, before I turn it over to you, let me just say, big up to Miss P for come up with this idea. And I'm going to speak with the producer, OT, shall listen to me, and see if we can make a segment out of this for maybe 1 hour, maybe a half hour. And every person calling with one question. Just one, no follow-ups. Just one question so that we can get a lot more people involved in the process. I enjoyed it. And I'll be honest with you, I'm talking on behalf of the Prime Minister because the Prime Minister won't talk on behalf of himself. So we have to talk on behalf of him. But here's what happened now. I'm trying to give you the best possible answers that he could give. And I think I'm giving better answers than he would give himself. And people still don't believe me. So you can just understand what happened. No, on Saturdays, we don't play this game. On Saturdays, we go after the Prime Minister. Since he won't talk, we are going to talk for him on Saturdays. So we talk for him on Wednesday nights. You know, we try and answer questions for him. But on Saturdays now, we really, really probe deep into what is going on and you know the fullness so they can understand. And in fact, we actually prepare you for the questions to come on Wednesdays. But to be frank, people, all of you ask good questions, there are no good answers. There are no good answers. On the say, Jeffrey ping me up and drape me up and all them thing there. And this gentleman who just called him bad me up and me speak and bad me up and me I try hold me own. But there are no good answers. There are no good answers. You know why? Because the actions taken by this government from 2016 till now, you cannot justify it as progress. You cannot justify it as, let me call it, with the P word when use again, not progress. With the P word, Dr. Ben, have a P word when use one. I know progress.
I don't know.
I know poverty. What the other one name?
Prosperity.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't justify it because people suffering. 70% of Jamaicans going to bed hungry, basically. A lot of the jobs they call them growthless jobs. They don't add to the growth of Jamaica. Paying down the GDP to our debt to GDP, it means absolutely nothing to the ordinary man in the street. People cannot sleep with them doors and them windows open as promised. And the 28 bank accounts, there's no justification for a prime minister having 28 bank accounts. None. Including the bank account we have with him, with a member of his constituency. And when asked by the Integrity Commission, how did this come about? Him said, no. Him said, I talked to her and told her that she should open up a bank account so we could pay her electronically, but I don't know how my name got on it. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. The cost overrun on the Cornwall Regional Hospital. What more needs to be said? NHT, no housing for people. I think NHT should have mean no housing for true. Put a F in it. No housing for true. And so the 3 trillion, that them can't explain a lot of it. Some of it they can explain, but I dare say a significant portion of it they cannot explain. The money we're missing from the Ministry of Education, the money we're gone over to Ministry of National Security, supposed to buy, them supposed to outfit the police officers with body cams and them have it. And then you have the National Security Minister say that it's you don't consider it useful to have people go out on raids and wear body cams. With them just should use it for traffic. No. So people, don't take it to heart. It's a skit. And the answers that I provided, the Prime Minister can't use them answers as a pounder because here's what happened. There are more questions coming. There are more questions coming to the answers that I give. He can't use them. And if he use them, the whole I'm going to say, Rattigan, I follow Rattigan, I follow. And he no want nobody say I follow me because if you don't hear what him say about me, you don't understand. Him say some unsavory things. That's what I heard. I can't prove it. But I heard him say some unsavory things about me. But guess what? Them are going to have some more unsavory things to say about me because they say just today, a few hours ago, at 3 ATIs me file, 3. Yesterday, I file 2. And me I give them grief because me I get the feedback, So this Saturday, people don't tune in because we're going to show you, we're going to teach you, we're going to implore you, we're going to beg you. So listen, understand, or ask questions, and at the end of the day, we want you to feel empowered that you can file ATIs like Rattigan and get answers. Because them have to give you answers. Them have to give you answers. And the more people get involved in the process, the better we're going to be. It can't be just Rattigan and Jump and a few others just a file ATIs. Cannot be. But I can tell you that I've gotten so much information from ATIs. Even when them don't give me information, that is information. So, again, just want to thank the gentleman who called a while ago, thank Ms. Speed, thank Jeffrey Tavares, thank the people in the chat for that little skit. And now we are going to move on. So, Dr. Ben, the floor is yours, sir.
All right. So, yeah, so these, so I wanted to share some herbs tonight. But I wanted to talk about, respiratory problems, when people have respiratory problems. Because, when we talk about herbs, I'll talk more about the herbal actions rather than the herbs. I'll talk about the herbal actions and then I'll give you some examples of the herbs. And the reason why I talk about the herbal actions is because it makes no sense sometimes to talk about a herb when some of those herbs may not be available to you, but there are herbs that are available to you that would work similarly. So when we talk about the herbal actions, it's more relevant, more edifying, because you will know what type of herbs to look for to match a particular herbal action. So usually when people have respiratory problems, and they'll need about 5 different herbal actions. We'll talk about all five. We'll talk about five of them, and then I'll give you some examples of each of them. I'll explain what each action is, and I'll give you some examples of each of them. So when people have respiratory challenges, one of the herbal action that you're looking for is what we call an expectorant. All right, and expectorant herbs are herbs that thin or loosen up mucus in the respiratory tract, and makes it easier for you to expel and cough up the mucus. Because what happens is that when somebody has a cold, when somebody has a mucus, a cold, it affects them differently. So some persons' mucus may allow them to have a dry cough. So even though it's a mucus respiratory problem, if it is that they're having a dry cough versus what they would call a ripe cough versus coughing or not coughing, every different symptom warrants a different type of herbal action. So I wanna talk about that, because sometimes that's the reason why we don't get the benefit that we're looking for. So one of the herbal action that you're looking for is what we call expectorants. And as I said, the expectorants, basically what they do is that they loosen up phlegm. All right. So let me show you one of them. OT. Go on. Let's put them on OT. And then let me see if you. All right. So this is one of the herbs. Anybody know this herb? So this herb is a herb that helps to thin your mucus, right? Because when you have a cold or when you have a mucus, so I'm looking for the name, some of the name, just if you can identify the herb, I'm not telling you, but I just want to see how much you know. So when you have a cold, one of the worst thing you want to have is a thick cold. So if you have a cold, you want that mucus preferably to be running, right? If you're dehydrated, if you're not drinking enough fluid, the mucus will tend to be thick and viscous and sticky. You don't want that. What you want is the mucus to be running, because usually the mucus, if it's caused by a virus, will have a lifespan of about 7 days. So this is one of the herbs that you can take to loosen the mucus in your system so that it is expelled through the body. All right? Anybody know this herb that we have on the screen? This herb is one of those herbs that's very good for you. I'm surprised, because this is a herb that is found in a lot of tea gardens. It's one of those preferred teas that Jamaican likes, or that most people like, because apart from the medicinal benefits, it really has a very good taste, and it makes a very nice tea. Anybody know this herb? All right. All right. So this herb, this is what we call peppermint. All right. So this is peppermint, and it's considered to be an expectorant. Usually, I said, Doc, let me put up the name already. Oh, I didn't see that one Jamaica legal. I didn't see that Miss Bendit peppermint. Okay, all right. So that's peppermint, and that's one of those herbs that, as I said, it helps to break up the mucus, helps to loosen the mucus, makes it more viscous, so it begins to run out. All right. So that's a very important herb that you want to have in your medicinal garden. All right. Another one. All right. Didn't want him to have the name OT yet. All right. Anybody know this? Anybody know this herb? Did you know that this was a herb? Because it is mostly used as an ornamental. All right. So this is a herb called, we call it orella. So it's a ornamental plant, or it's used mostly as an ornamental, or it's used mostly as a fencing. But this is also a very good herb that has been used traditionally to help with um, breaking up mucus. I've had it before, and I know it works very, very fast um, in moving mucus out of your system. All right. All right. Let me see another one. All right. So this is another herb. This is bay leaves. And this again is another expectorant. Um, they mostly make it into an alcohol or extract as an alcohol, and it helps to break up mucus. So that's why the herbal action that you're looking for, expectorant. All right, another one. All right, all right. This one is called rat's ears, or we call it peperomia. And this, they call it translucent plant because it's a plant that you can see through. The stem um, is translucent. You can see through it. But this is a plant that's safe enough for babies to use. Use it a lot on babies who have cold, because it's not a very strong herb, but very effective. And it's also a vegetable. It can be used as a seasoning, so you can use it to cook or add it to your dishes. So this is another herb. Rat's ears is an expectorant, and it helps to loosen up mucus up. It helps person to loosen the mucus up. So in your needs, in your formulation, if you would want an expectorant, because especially if the cold is dry, person having thick mucus, thick and yellow, these are herbs that help to get it back viscous and loose. All right. All right. Next herb. This herb is a famous spirit weed. All right. It's also called culantro. Not cilantro, but culantro. This is a this is a herb that this is a mature herb, by the way. When it's young, it wouldn't have blossomed, so it can be eaten. It can be used as a vegetable. If anybody ever heard about fitzweed, this is the same herb then called fitzweed, and it's used a lot for epileptic seizure. That's why it's called fitzweed. It's used a lot for persons who experience seizures, and this is a herb that is used traditionally in spirit medicine, not only in Jamaica, but in other parts of the world, places like China and other parts of Asia. This herb is featured in a lot of ceremonies. All right, that's spirit weed. So this is another herb that when you take it, it helps to make the mucus run. It's a herb that loosen up mucus as well. All right, next herb. All right, this herb is what we call an expectorant. All right, because that's one of the herbal action that you'd be looking for. What we call an expectorant, and expectorant also work by stimulating the secretion of mucus in the respiratory tract. So how this differs from other herbs is that it helps to loosen up the mucus in the respiratory tract, right? This herb is called milkweed, but it's known internationally as tawa tawa. Very, very good herb. This herb also boosts your white blood cell count. So it's, I believe somebody asked tonight about herbs for malaria. And this is a herb that is very good for that, for malaria. It's used in the Philippines as a key herb for fighting malaria. In Jamaica, it's also called asthma weed. That's how good it is. It's a very good expectorant. Helps children or persons who have asthma. Right? So this is milkweed, and very, very effective. As I said, boost the white blood cell count by over 1,000%. So that's why it's effective in being used on malaria. All right, next one. All right, and I think everybody knows this herb, which is a guinea hen. And guinea hen is among many other, and most herbs, by the way, we talk about the herbal actions. Most herbs have multiple herbal actions. But then there are primary, secondary, and tertiary herbal actions. This is guinea hen. And guinea hen is what we call a diaphoretic. One of the actions of guinea hen is that it's a diaphoretic, which means that it helps the sweat. So if you have flu, that's the reason why it's good to sometimes have a bath with guinea hen, because it helps to break fevers. But it also helps with circulation, and it helps to loosen mucus. That is the reason why a lot of people will inhale it, or they'll have it in an alcohol, and they will inhale it to help to break up or loosen up the mucus to help them with their breathing. So this is guinea hen. All right, next one. Oh, that's it. All right, so those are the herbs. What about herbs for animal? Oh, now that we have avian. Okay. Well, I'm not a vet, so I've never I've never worked with animals or herbs. Not saying that there are herbs out there for animals, but I've never practiced on animals. I work with animals using herbs as medicine, right? And usually, if you look at the animals in nature, because a lot of the animals that are in captivity, these are the animals that get sick. So I don't, a lot of these herbs, a lot of these animals, because they're kept in captivity and they're given man-made, they're placed to live in man-made conditions. So firstly, that's what gets them sick. All right. SSL. So, what is the best herb to balance hormone? Well, first of all, SSL, it's important to know which hormones, because once you know what hormones, then you will know what plant to take. Because in some instances, there are some plants that will have the hormone or the specific hormone that you're looking for. So, another example is, for example, we talk about wild yam, which is high in progesterone. So, if it is that you are having an imbalance, meaning that you're not having enough progesterone, then you could just go ahead and take wild yam. If it is that you weren't having enough estrogen, then there are plants specifically that are high in estrogen. So it depends on which hormones to know which plant. Right? All right. I don't know if anybody else have any question. I believe I saw some question. Right. But but the bay leaf I'm aware of has more long shapes like that, the bay rum bottles. All right, so There are different varieties of bay leaf, right? There are different varieties of bay leaf, tri brown. Um, so yes, the one grown in Jamaica doesn't have the leaves are not that oval. They're more what's the word? More oval shape. They're not as round. They're a little more oval in shape. Also, SSL said the estrogen. So if you're having too much estrogen, then what you want to do is you want to um, balance that out with progesterone. So a good herb for that is any um, progesterone rich herb. For example, wild yam. So wild yam is very good for helping to balance out with too much estrogen. And the inverse would true. If there's too much progesterone, you can use estrogen to balance that out. So, and if you're having too much estrogen, I would suspect that the person is having fibroids issues. All right, so definitely, in addition to the progesterone, they're gonna need some astringency action. All right, what is good for eczema for baby age 2, and also anything to get marks off the skin. All right. So for babies at the age of 2, you want to be careful, because for children whose immune system is not uh, you know is very young and very tender, you don't want to really introduce them, if you don't have to external aids. So you want to first of all look at what would be causing the eczema. So rather than introducing something, you first want to look on what is already in the context that is causing the problem and see how you can reduce that or eliminate it altogether. That's the first thing. And then for eczema, um, there are herbs that can help with uh, the flare up on the skin. All right, so herbs like King of the Forest is good. And I'm talking about herbs that I'm known and used to be very good. So antibacterial, antiviral, and herbs that are also soothing. So another herb is day jasmine that I've seen to be very very effective. There's oatmeal. All right, so you can get the oats, and you can soak it in water or soak it in goat milk, and then you can apply it to the skin. So goat milk soap also is another good um, um, medicine for eczema. So goat milk is gentle, mild enough for babies. Oatmeal is also mild. It will get rid of the rash, the burning, the itching. So you just make what is called an oatmeal poultice and apply it to the ear. So these are uh, um, compounds that will help to remove the itching and the discomfort. But as I said, day jasmine is also very good because of how it works. Um, Oatmeal stocking as a strainer. Yeah. So you can just make the oatmeal poultice and apply it to the child, and almost instantly the discomfort will go away. Right? But then what you want to do is focus on what would be the triggers, right? What would be the triggers? What would be causing this problem? All right. Just want to remind you, can it be used to bathe the child? Don't know what you're talking. If you're talking, or if you're talking the soap, yes. The day jasmine soap, yeah, you can use the day jasmine soap to bathe the child, and that's why it helps. What I recommend is soaping up the child's body with the soap, leaving it for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then washing them off. So give the body some time to absorb some of that medicine in the skin. All right. All right. Just please be reminded about the event that is on the screen. That's the COVID-19 injury recovery weekend. The dates are there. Um, the last one is going to be April, so we have one for this month, and it's Friday, March 28th to Sunday, March 30th. So you can look at that, all right, and then see which one you would like to attend. What is good for psoriasis? Any update on the lady with the scale skin? Oh, the lady with the scale skin, she's all better up, man. She's been completely healed now for maybe 3 years or more. So that can, if you, so that person is talking about a video. I think she went and saw the video. No, she's totally healed. And yes, eczema might be an autoimmune disease, so you wanna be that. But as I said, even if it's an autoimmune disease, what I'm talking to you about, the oatmeal will help with the flare up, even if it's autoimmune disease. Dean says a female that has too much testosterone, chin hair, and poor gut health. Can you recommend any milk to give the child if possible? I was told coconut milk is good. You're talking about a child with the eczema, yes. You want to stay away from dairy, so coconut milk is a good option. Almond milk is a good option. Oat milk is also a good option. What is the quick fix for UTI in 3 weeks? So if you're having a urinary tract infection, quick fixes, first of all, making sure that you're consuming enough water, right? So you want to increase your water intake. A lot of times, it may be a condition that you're not drinking enough fluid, so the uric acid in your system has increased. You want to, get more water in your fluid, in your system. In terms of herbs, there's corn silk, which is very good. There is Shamo Darling, that's also very good. There's cranberry, that's also very good. So a lot of options out there, but maybe one of the most effective and simplest is, I would say, just get some corn silk and make some tea and drink it. All right. Any other question? You're welcome, Stacy. Good girl, Barnaby. All right, Dean says, how can you get rid of skin fungus caused from wearing a sauna suit? You want to use, there are some very good herbal oils out there. One of them is neem oil. I recommend just getting like the neem oil and adding, so for every 60 milligram of neem oil, you want to add 60 ml, 60 milliliter of neem oil. You want to add about 5 milliliter of an oil called what is it called? Melaleuca oil. From the Melaleuca plant. It's called tea tree oil. So for the skin fungus, tea tree oil and neem oil combined together are two very good oils to get rid of most fungal skin conditions like that. Heard that sorrel is good for, yeah, sorrel could work as well because of how sorrel. You see, the contact is in the description. So the sorrel would definitely work because sorrel is antiviral, antibacterial, among the many properties that it has. So yes, it helps with UTI. But if you were to add some garlic to the sorrel, that would also improve its effectiveness. Add some garlic to your sorrel with a little ginger, and it would boost the effectiveness. So it's good, yes, but if you add some garlic to it and some ginger, it would boost the effectiveness even more. All right. Any other questions?
Doc.
Yes.
Yeah, time I run out, but here's what I want to do. I don't know if you've ever seen this video. It's called Detox. Somebody sent it to me in the week, and I was talking to the producer and asked her if it would be a good idea. Well, actually, we should have showed it to you before you come on. But I don't know if you want to play it, and
Yeah,
then
man, go ahead. Go
and
ahead.
you can make your comments. All right, hold on.
You know, people ask me, what do you do with a liver detox? Look, I'm going to blow some stuff up right here now. You know how out there you hear people saying, okay, you need a liver cleanse, a colon cleanse, a gallbladder cleanse, a lung cleanse, a brain cleanse, a heart cleanse. It's like, how are you going to make those kind of distinctions? If you understand that your body is 100 trillion cells that are bathed in two fluids, and that's blood and lymphatic fluid. So imagine 100 fish in a fish tank representing your 100 trillion cells. Now, it's obvious that the fish are in the water, but the water is also in the fish, right? Well, that's how our cells are saturated by blood and lymph. But now we feed the fish. 1 meal, 2 meals, 3 meals a day, plus more. That food goes to the bottom of the tank and it decomposes. Well, of course, the fish are going to eat some of the food, but then they'll poop. That poop goes to the bottom of the tank and decomposes. Now, when the fish tank is poopy and stinky and murky, some of the fish go to the bottom of the tank and decompose. So now the fish have a problem. So you may have red, yellow, blue, green, pink, purple, orange fish. So say in that fish tank, the red fish are sick. So what are we going to do? A red fish cleanse? Or a blue fish cleanse? Or orange fish cleanse? Like that's a different organ? If you change the water, all of the fish improve. If you clean the blood and lymph in the body, every cell, tissue, and organ improves. This is making the distinction between all of these so-called different cleanses is people making merchandise of you. They're out to take your money. I know you probably never heard it before. I'm just putting it out there. Your body is intelligence. That's why I wrote a book called Body Intelligence. Your body knows what health is. Because it does, it strives for health every single day. And believe it or not, what we call sickness and disease is the body speaking to you, making requests based upon its needs. Again, it's saying, listen, stop doing what you've been doing to cause me to signal you in this way. It's not asking for a drug. If you have a cough and your body's trying to eliminate something out of the upper respiratory tract, it's not asking to buy a cough suppressant. What are you going to do? Suppress whatever the body's trying to eject? And then what? So now it goes from a cough, from just a cold to what? To the flu, because you suppress it, then to pneumonia, because you keep pushing it down. So if you have a skin problem, what do? Keep putting stuff on your skin to push whatever the body's trying to eliminate through the skin? The skin is the third kidney. If you don't get it out of your bladder and kidneys fast enough, then the waste is going to come out through the skin. Your body's trying to keep you alive. With every sign, symptom, so-called sickness and disease that your body presents, it is the body's intelligence trying to get you to associate your lifestyle with the symptom that is presenting. But see, the symptom comes so far behind what you've been doing, you don't associate the two. See, if your hand slips into some burning fire, boom, you pull it away immediately. So you know why you had the symptom. But they're all symptoms. Even hunger is a symptom. How do you know if you're hungry? Your body tells you. How do you know if you're thirsty? Your body tells you. Those are symptoms. I know you don't think of it like that. How do you know if you have to urinate? Your body tells you. How do you know if you have to defecate? How do you know if you're hot or cold? Those are all symptoms. If you have to urinate and you ignore it, just like you ignore other symptoms in your life, well, it's going to get louder and louder and louder until you answer the body correctly. And when you urinate, the symptom of urination leaves. And that's how all sickness and disease leaves the body, when you answer it correctly.
Now, give us your take on that.
Well, all right. So what he's talking about is lifestyle. So basically what he's saying is that if you follow a lifestyle, there would be if you follow the right lifestyle, there would be no need for you to do a liver flush, kidney flush, a blood cell cleanse. There would be no need for you. If it is that you're following a lifestyle of eating and doing things the way you're supposed to. That's first of all what's happening. Well, the way he asks the question, he says that when people, if a person asks you, should I do a liver flush, a kidney flush, or a blood cell cleanse? Then what you want to do is you want to tell them, yes, you want to tell them that is what they would need to do. If that is what you should be doing. But here's the problem. we we can offer target intervention to specific systems in the body, right? So if it is that you're constipated, if you weren't eating how you were supposed to be eating, you got constipated, we can give you herbs that help the colon and help you to have a bowel movement, but not necessarily help the other systems in the body. And sometimes that is necessary because of what the problem is. But when we talk about health, ideally, what he's saying is if we follow that recommendation of eating you're supposed to be eating, resting, and so on, then you wouldn't be needing to be taking any particular or specific cleanse. But that's not what most people are doing. And so when a person comes to you and they're sick, you have to, in addition to a long-term plan, you have to have a short-term plan. So what he's talking about is really a long-term plan, right? But when a person comes to you, in addition to a long-term plan, you need a short-term plan that deals with the specific discomfort or the specific issue that is of challenge right now. So if somebody comes to me with an acne problem, there are things that you can do to suppress or get rid of the acne. But guess what happens? If you don't have a long-term plan, the problem might come back.
Yeah, you know what? That's what I got from it. Exactly what you said. And I think Mavis said it. That is it Mavis? Yeah, she said, Mavis said, this is all that Dr. been telling us every week, right? I think you're right, because what he's saying is that, yeah, you can get a cleanse, but if your lifestyle doesn't change, you have to keep getting cleanse. And so that's why he's saying you change the water,
Right.
and then you teach them with thrive. So
Right.
that's what I was getting from it. It's not. I don't think he was necessarily saying that a cleanse is bad.
No.
A cleanse is okay, but the bigger issue is your lifestyle.
Right.
You know, are you gonna continue doing the things that you normally do and then just take this cleanse? Because in the long run, like you say, in the long run, it's not going to really help you. The short run, it might eliminate the constipation issue, but if you're not eating right, you're gonna have that issue again. And
right.
And
as I said, a lot of people, how they want to treat herbs is they want to have the same lifestyle that they have, but replace their prescription medication for natural products. It doesn't work like that, because your medicine really is supposed to be your food. So your long-term plan should be adjusting your diet, adjusting your food. The short-term, so usually every plan have a long-term and a short-term objective.
Okay. There's a question for you right there from Dean. What can a female do to reduce testosterone? Also having poor gut health issues, what can help?
All right, so what can a female do to reduce testosterone? So they can get consume plants that have high estrogen. So like we talk about black coash, blue coash, fenugreek. And you can just, if you just put in the list of estrogen-rich herbs, you'll get a long list. So that's what you want to do. Also having poor gut health. Now, poor gut health suggests imbalance in gut biome. So what causes a healthy gut is healthy bacteria, or the right balance of bacteria. So sometimes, and a lot of people don't know this too, but it's possible to do too much cleanse, right? So if you do, like especially colon cleanse, it's possible for you to get rid of so many bacteria that you have gotten rid of some of the good bacteria. You have disturbed your gut biome. As a matter of fact, most time you do a cleanse, when you take some from a laxative, you should follow up that laxative with some form of probiotic, some form of bacteria, healthy bacteria, so fermented foods and so on. And so, if you're having gut health problem, then you maybe want to, you want to make sure that you're having good bowel movement. So you want to take right laxatives. Again, also, there's what we call mild laxative and strong laxative, and some strong laxative can hurt you potentially. So you wanna watch that. All right. You wanna watch? Sorry about that. So you wanna watch the laxative that you're taking, but what it suggests is that the gut biome is not good. So a lot of times we don't consume enough fermented foods. I mean fermented food we can get like vegetable. And we in Jamaica we call it a pickle, where you get your vinegar and you submerge your vegetable in it, your pepper, your onion, your this, your that, and then when you're eating, you can just take it out and have it as a serving on your plate. That's one way to increase healthy gut biome.
Well, Doc, when them do escovitch fish, them use
Yeah.
the vinegar, them use all that. Would that contribute to what
That is right. So that is fermented foods.
Mm.
Because the vinegar is made from the fermentation process. So when you take that vinegar and use it as a solvent to break down other vegetables, then that's a healthy way of getting different healthy bacteria in your gut to help you manage a number of digestive problems.
Right, and I see where Oti put up kimchi, which is fermented cabbage.
Yes.
So,
Mhm.
an apple cider vinegar.
Right.
Yeah. Folks, we're at 10:30. If you know where we go, we can go for another 30 minutes, but I can't take any calls on politics. We want to take calls on herbs. So I'll turn the phone on, and then we'll just take calls on now for
No,
health issues.
so Zalita is saying that the vinegar, no, so once there's starch, no, Zalita, you can use a number of products to make vinegar. You can use, once it has starch, so sugar cane, it makes one type of vinegar, makes the cane vinegar, which is very different from like the apple cider vinegar, which is different from another fruit. You know, you can use other fruits to make vinegar, so there are different ingredients that you can use to make vinegar.
Sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut is the one that's made from cabbage. Kimchi was the one that is a juice made from fruits or some other
No, they
yeast.
have kimchi from the Korean kimchi, which is fermented cabbage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
People, the phone line opening up. Call in for Dr. Ben. We could talk about some herbs and things like that. Megawatt. Oh, Megawatt want the promoter, the producer to finish up and go home. I don't know what's going on there, but him not say nothing about the time. All right, folks. If we don't get no more phone calls, we are going to just call it a night, you know. So
Yeah, man. Because I'm having some sniffles.
oh yeah,
The wiping. Yeah. Because I was in some dust yesterday.
All right. Well, let me just turn this off. Then I'm gonna just say some parting words, and I'm gonna just honor with Megawatt want to do. Megawatt want to leave because Megawatt, I don't know, I'm very much interested in the producer getting. Oh, Megawatt say I enjoy the program. All right, Zalita said, what's good for sinus issues?
All right. So first of all, you want to look at avoiding dairy. That's not good. And usually, your sinus cavity, you know, everybody's a sinus cavity. When we talk about sinus, sometimes that people think it's a bad thing. So your sinus cavity is that cavity right in the nasal area, and it is lined with a lot of mucus-producing cells, because the sinus cavity, part of its job is to stop dust or pollutants from entering the lungs or entering the body. So it's lined with mucus-producing cells that produce the sticky substance that once you inhale, apart if anything that escape the ear, the stickiness up there, get it. Now, certain foods will allow that sinus cavity to be more active than it should be, and so that is what is causing the drainage, which is not bad. What's bad is when sometimes the sinus becomes blocked. So one of the things I tell person that's very good for the sinus is a thing called colloidal silver. Let's talk about colloidal silver. Another thing that's good for the sinus is salt water. So if you mix a nice saline solution and you get what is called a neti cup, which is, it looks like a small teapot, and you just mix it with the salt water and put it in one side of the nostril and allow it to run through. It's called a nasal irrigation. And that's one of the best thing that you can do if you're having running sinus, to prevent the sinus from becoming infected.
What is good for gum problems?
So a herb that's good for gum is called a cassia. In Jamaica we call it kashamaka. The bark of that is very good. Cloves is also very good for the gum as well.
I think that's it, you know. So, all right, lead us out, Dr. Ben. Lead us out there.
Yeah, man. So again, I want to thank you for allowing me to be on. And what I'm saying, guys, just prepare your questions, and it's easier for me to flow when I have questions, because there's just so much. I hate when it sounds like a planned presentation. I prefer when it's like responses based on questions. All right, but thank you for having me. I hope to see you guys next week.
All right, Dr. Ben, big up yourself, sir. Everybody, we're out of here. Tune in on Saturday. Saturday, we're going to feature some women politicians because it's International Women's Day, and we have some dynamite type of information we want to share with you, and we're going to put up some stuff and show you again government at its worst in Jamaica. Until then, take care, be well.